Hey everyone, it's your girl Vidge with my co-host Shia, and we are bringing you today's tea in a slightly scarier form.
So today we thought we'll talk within our Tamil culture, being in England, but also I've heard a couple of friends who've also told me a couple of their ones. Plus, we've seen them in movies and everywhere. So we thought it'd be a really cool episode to actually talk about superstitions and actually some of the meaning behind them and where they came from as well.
Yep, that's hopefully the plan. She has done a lot of research on this. I've never even heard of some of these superstitions, honestly, in my life, but learning things for the first time. So the first one is you basically can't give pins in someone's hand. Essentially, the meaning behind this is so you don't prick them, which I guess is common sense. But I say that, but I remember in the past, like, when you're like pinning up your sari blouse or something, and some mug has been like, all right, can you just quickly hold this? And they've like basically opened the pin and given it to me in my hand. I'm like, ow. Like, why can you not just close it and then give it to me? Like, isn't that just common sense? But apparently not.
Apparently it is not common sense. I do have like some aunties and like aunties who like take this like super seriously though, and like closed pin or open pin doesn't matter. Like they just won't take it in their hand, and they'll like make you put it down on like the bed or like something else before giving it in their hand as well. And it's they obviously they I think they believe it's something like you pass on. I think you pass on something, or you'll get into a fight. I think if
Hmm.
you pass a pin over to someone. I think that's the kind of like the scary background that they believe in, but it's just so you don't pick
Mm.
them.
I mean, I don't know what's worse, aunties putting it in their mouth or putting it in someone's hand. Because have you seen the amount of aunties that I've seen when there's like sari draping and stuff, and they'll have an open pin in their mouth, and I'm like, what are you, why? What are you trying to achieve here? Are you trying to hurt yourself?
Experience is what they will tell you. That they've done this for years and they know what they're doing. It is
It's true.
hella scary though watching someone do it.
Oh yeah. So I
Um,
I would say they don't believe in this superstition. Otherwise, why would they do that?
Exactly. The other one that I always hear is you can't cut your nails at night. And
Mm.
I've actually heard this across several different cultures as well, which is quite interesting. But essentially, it's so that you don't injure yourself when you cut it, because back in the days, you didn't have lights. So if you cut your nails in the dark, it will fly everywhere. You won't know where they are, and you might injure yourself later on because you haven't been able to see it and pick it up.
Hmm. That makes sense, to be fair. I have
That one makes sense.
I have heard that before. Like my dad has said that to me before when I'm like just clipping my nails and it's slightly dark, and he'll be like, "Oh, don't do that because then it will be on the floor." And I'm like, "But I'm gonna pick it up, so why can't I?" But I guess it's just a superstition that's been around for so many years, right? So people are just like used to it. Even if they have light now, it's just a thing, in it.
Yeah, we always have an argument about this because I'm just like, but there's light now. Because I always go back into like whenever like my pet mum says it or something, I'm always just like, but that was because there was no light back then. I have light now. We
Yeah,
paid
that's
for the
true.
light. She never likes it. She hates me arguing back like that.
No, it's true. But if you don't have an energy saving light as well, you've got even more light.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can definitely cut your nails. But that ties into you can't cut your hair on Fridays. And what is actually the reason behind that? Is that obviously I know people are veg on Fridays and go to the temple and pray and stuff. Is it related in some sense, or am I just making up?
I literally have no idea about this. I don't know if anyone else does, but like I hear it like different days as well. Sometimes it's can't you cut your hair on a Thursday. Literally no idea. It doesn't really make sense to have a day where you can't cut your hair. And I
Hmm.
don't really know why it's a superstition as well. But like I think I swear I even heard someone be like, "Oh, you can't cut it on a certain day because otherwise your hair won't grow."
What?
And I'm just like, where is the science behind this?
That's so weird. Like Monday to Thursday, your hair grows, but it knows it's Friday the next day, and that's when it's like, nope, this is my rest day. I'm not gonna grow. Like that doesn't even make sense. Like, what? Who even comes up with this? Is this
I
like in all cultures, or is this just Tamil people?
I've only heard it amongst Tamils. I don't know if it's across other cultures. Would be really interested to know if it is though. Um,
Mm. And
hopefully
the
it's not.
reasoning. Yeah. Well, I
I
don't know. It's
would
weird.
love to know the reasoning. But there
Yeah,
are
let's
some
know.
others which do make sense though. So I know one really popular one within the UK, and I'm gonna guess that this one's more worldwide anyway, is that breaking a mirror gives you 10 years bad luck. I mean, I could have got the 10 years bit wrong, but I think it gives you 10 years bad luck.
I think it
Obviously,
is.
it's just don't break mirrors because you'll injure yourself from the shards. So be a bit more careful is basically the meaning behind that superstition. But
Yeah. I mean, I get that obviously don't break the mirror because you'll hurt yourself, but I just don't understand the 10 years bad luck thing. That has never made sense.
not what I think it's just more of a scare tactic.
Yeah, I think so.
It's more, I think people will be more afraid of like you'll get haunted for 10 years with bad luck than, just being like, oh, you might cut yourself, be careful.
Oh my God, the way you said the haunted thing, do you know what that really reminded me of? Like
What?
back in the day, you used to get those chain mails to your emails, and it'd be like, if you don't forward
Oh
this on
my
to
gosh.
10 people, you'll have bad luck, or someone will come and kill you, or something. So I used to be so scared. I would forward all those emails.
Oh my God. Yes, I do remember them. I did not partake. At least I don't think that I did. If I did, please let me know, guys. If you ever got an email from me about one of those things. But they were
Honestly,
hilarious.
they they're hilarious now, but back then I genuinely like the thing is I knew right this probably has some lie to it, and like I didn't do all of them, but some of them actually sounded so real. You know what? The ones I always used to forward on is the ones about love. You will never find love for 10 years, or you'll be cursed in love for 10 years. I'm like, lol, why did I
So
do
this
that?
is this is why you're happily in a relationship now. It's because you forwarded on those emails. Guys,
Yeah, man.
take note here. If you get those emails and you want a love life, you need to forward on those emails.
Can you imagine? Well, mate, if I ever get to speak to my past self, you know how people say, what would you say if you spoke to your past self? I'll say, well done, love, for forwarding on those emails.
Oh God.
Oh God, embarrassing myself. No, but yeah, that just reminded me of that. That's such a throwback because I don't think that's a thing now for the little kids won't know. If you're like 17, 18 below, you won't know about this life, but it was a big thing back then. So you don't judge me, okay? Just saying. But it
It
was a
was.
similar thing. Mirror, emails, bad luck situation. But another one, I still hear this all the time, is don't walk under a ladder because it's bad luck. And I'm just like, I do it anyway, just for the bands, because I'm like, I know nothing's gonna happen. But I know, like, I think in the medieval times, the ladders symbolized gallows, and that's where the people were hung, right? So
Yeah.
that's why people are like bad luck. But I'm like, that is medieval times. We are not anywhere near the medieval times anymore in the 21st century. Surely people can't still believe walking under a ladder is bad luck.
No, but I think it's one of those things where like it just gets passed down from generations and generations, and people don't know the meanings of half of these things.
Mm,
Or they don't even think to like research what the meaning behind it is. So it just becomes this thing of, oh, don't do it or it's bad luck. And then
mm,
it's just that bit that's kind of like passed down.
yeah,
So I guess people just don't question it. And it just gets, I mean, it's been around since then. So
that's true.
that's withstood the time.
Yeah,
Probably will withstand a bit more time as well.
probably.
Another one that
Um,
I've actually heard is you can't whistle at night or the snakes will come. And I was always told this as a kid. Like my mum, like every single time I like whistled or something, she would like come at me straight, being like, the snakes are gonna come. And I'm just like, we're in like living in Sri Lanka, fine.
yeah, not
There
here.
might be snakes that came then. Like that we had snakes when I lived in Sri Lanka. But
Mm.
when we moved to England, she still said that. And I was just like, where are the snakes? Where are the snakes going to come from? I'm really confused here.
Show me one
Um,
and I'll believe you.
exactly. Oh, it's hilarious. I think maybe it did. Maybe in like when in like Sri Lanka, maybe it did would have called some type of snake to come along.
Possibly,
I
yeah.
just don't think it would happen in England.
No, no, definitely not. I've never heard of that one. I mean, the only thing that if I whistle, period, my mum would just be like, "That's not ladylike." That's all I hear, but nothing
No,
about snakes.
it was snakes for me. Maybe it's because I
Interesting.
came from Sri Lanka.
Possibly, and then she just thought, "Well, I'm not gonna." I've been saying something to her all this time in Sri Lanka. I can't just let her go to London and be like, "Yeah, you can whistle now." That would
I
just be a
think
bit
she once
weird.
told me they will come from the woodlands that were near our house. I'm pretty
That
sure she
is
was just
very
like, I just
scary.
need to make you shut up. And I think she just meant the neighbor's going to be so pissed off with this girl. Just
Yeah.
just need to get her to shut up.
That's so funny. I mean, the woodlands thing though, that's quite creepy, you know. I think I would probably believe that. I'd
Oh yeah, I
definitely
did
believe it in
stop.
Sri Lanka. Oh, you
I
did, I
did
can
stop.
imagine.
I didn't whistle.
Do you know how to whistle now?
I do know how to whistle now.
Oh, okay. Um, yeah, that's weird. Okay, fair enough. Is that a worldwide thing or no Tamil, right?
No idea. I mean, it might be like a
It could be
Jason
an
and the Snake
Australian
type
thing as
thing.
well.
It could be. Guys, let us know if these also relate to you or you've heard them as well. Let us know where you're from and
Hmm.
what you've heard.
Any Australians? I don't even know what accent that was. I
I
was trying
don't
to
know
do
as well.
Australian. That flopped. Right,
I
moving on.
don't think that was an Australian accent, but yeah, moving on.
Um, so the next one is bird pooping on your head is good luck, and I swear I've never heard this in my life, but I can say I'm not really sure if it's good luck because I remember I was in Sri Lanka, right? And you know those like those hand like smacking, clapping, hand clapping games that you used to
Yeah.
do when you were younger. So I remember like I had like proper cold shower, bucket style from the well. And then I went outside, it was sunny, and I was like, yay, gonna play my hand clapping games. And then this bird, I was wearing a nice outfit as well, and this bird came right over our head. There's two of us, and she came. This I'm saying it's a girl. This girl came and just pooed. This bird pooed on me. Could have pooed on the other girl. Pooed on me, on my head, and I was like, "You're got to be joking." And my mom was like, "Are you serious? I've just given you a shower and change." And then I didn't like the cold showers either. Yeah, I didn't like the cold bath. So I wouldn't say that's good luck because then I had to have another cold bath and get changed again. So if anything, I would say that was bad luck for me, not good luck.
Well, that's just you. I'm
Yeah. I mean,
only that
it's
would happen to you.
yeah, honestly, like when it happened, I went, my mom was like, only this would happen to you. And I went, I know, right? It's not like I asked for it though. I wasn't looking at the bird going, yeah, 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 come and poo on me. Like, why? I was annoyed, but fine. You know what? This is a exception. I'm exception to the superstition. Everyone else, if a bird poos on your head, no, it's good luck. Something good's gonna happen to you.
It's actually like it comes from like mythical times where I think it's something to do with like the chances of a bird pooping on you
Hmm.
isn't a lot. Like,
Yeah, fine.
and therefore if it hits you, it's like good luck. It might also just be have been started to make people feel better about having been pooped on.
Hmm. Yeah, that's
Who really
true.
knows? There is a lot of reading around it being like because of like mythical times and like if like a phoenix poops on you or something. I read quite a bit about it, but I didn't really get it.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that it's unlikely to poop on you. So if it
Hmm.
does, it's good luck.
Fair enough.
Um oh, another one that I don't know if you had this, but someone told me if you said Bloody Mary into the mirror several times, someone comes out the mirror or something.
Yes.
And as a kid, I was terrified. I don't think I actually said it 3 times. I think it was 3 times as well.
Yeah, it's three times. I remember I said it once in the mirror and I ran away so fast because I was so scared. I don't even want to see what comes out.
Yeah,
Oh.
same. I think I did try to say it sometimes.
Hmm.
And I think the last one just never came out.
Yeah. Yeah, you always get to the second one and then it's the third one. It's like, ooh, do I do it? Do I mumble it? What do I do?
Yeah, it's just too much of a risk.
Yeah,
Like, why say it and have something crawl out the window?
exactly.
I
I'm
always
not
imagine like
ready.
you know that girl from like The Ring where
The
she just
ring.
like
Oh
it's
my
it's that
God.
it's that kind of image that I have like peering out through the window, the mirror
Picture
even.
as well. That's literally what I picture as well. That's scary. We actually like we're a tough generation. We had to grow up with these scary superstitions as a child. Like these next generation will never know these things because everyone will just be like so kind and nice to them. They won't even know about these things.
Yeah, I wonder what if kids are actually like what kind of superstition like kids are growing up with now. I'm sure there's some superstition, but I can't imagine people carrying on the majority of these.
Yeah, I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. But yeah, the another one is opening umbrellas indoor, obviously because that causes injury. Like I said, I feel like that is common sense, but I feel like there must be some mugs in the world that do open it because they're like, well, it's raining outside, so I'm just going to prep myself before I get to the door and open it up.
But then you'd have
Even
to
though
close it to get out the door.
this is what I mean. I've seen it so many times though, and they open it, and I'm like, so how are you going to get through the door? And they're like, oh. And then you see them like trying to squish it to go through the door, and I'm like, but now you're just going to break. Like what? Like why? Okay, you know what? Do what you want. I just don't get it. There are people that do this though.
Okay,
Sorry if
so
you're
if
one of
you are
those.
one of those people, This is how you do it. You loosen up your umbrella. So you just unstrap everything. You take the
Hmm.
umbrella and poke it out
Yep.
and then open it outside, hold it above your head, and then you walk under the umbrella and you don't get wet.
There
That is
you go.
how you open an umbrella.
Step by step process by Shia. You heard it first here.
We're here to help, guys. We are here to help.
Oh God, that is
But
hilarious.
okay, so here's another superstition. This one is a Spanish tradition which I have heard of several times, and actually, the first time I heard it was actually in Modern Family,
Hmm.
the show that goes on, and it's basically eating grapes on New Year's brings good luck, and I think it's you have to eat a certain number of grapes as well. Um,
Hmm.
so it came up on Modern Family. I did actually look it up as well, and it is an actual thing as well. But that's quite cool.
That is cool. Is it red grapes, green grapes, or just all grapes?
Don't know. I guess it's all grapes. Some
I
people
could
probably have
definitely
like
back that.
spells. I would. I don't mind eating grapes on a New Year's. I could do
I
that.
love I love grapes. I could eat that every day. Like New Year's, yeah, why not? Is it like going like the countdown and then you eat it like soon as it
Yeah,
goes into New Year's, or is it on the day, whenever?
it's on the day of the New Year's.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be
If
as
I'm
soon as
ruining
it
your
hits.
tradition, please correct me. I could be wrong. This
This
is
is
I'm
Shia's
basic.
remix. She's making
Yeah,
up.
basically. This is from researching online on Google.com. Blame Google.
That makes sense. Fine. You know what? If any Spanish people, I'd that'd be quite cool if any Spanish people are listening. But if you are, in the off chance, or you could be a UK Spanish person. I didn't even think of that. Let us know.
Yeah. Join
Um,
us for the 2021 New Year's where me and Viz will be eating grapes.
yeah, we'll make a podcast episode. You can listen to it. Or if we have enough listeners by then, maybe we'll do a live stream and we can just eat grapes.
Oh, done.
I like that idea. Let's do it.
Me too.
All right, next one. I've heard of this, but I don't actually know where this comes from, so maybe you can tell me. But throwing salt over your shoulder if you spit it.
I have no idea where it came from. But apparently spilling salt is bad luck. So if you throw it over your
Hmm.
shoulder, it's then no longer bad luck. I just don't understand it. It's not just wasting more salt. Like normally superstitions are to put you off doing things. Like
Hmm.
don't give someone a pin so you don't prick them. Like
Yeah.
there's normally some logic behind it. But like if you spill some salt, surely it's about not
Picking it up.
getting people to spill salt. So why
Yeah.
would you then get people to spill
More.
more salt?
But what I don't get is if you're spitting it in front of you or I don't know behind you or whatever, why throwing it over your shoulder is gonna counteract that? Like why?
No idea. No
Surely if you
idea.
spit it, just pick it up. Isn't that gonna isn't that better?
Probably.
I
Like
don't
that
know.
would be better instead of spilling even more salt in order to counteract the bad luck you got from spilling salt.
Yeah. 'Cause- Oh, you spilled salt? Oh, you're gonna get bad luck. Spill it again, but over your shoulder. Like why?
Literally, some of these superstitions literally have no logic. Another one of them that I literally have not understood is Friday the 13th. Like, people go
Oh my God.
insane over Friday the 13th. I have friends who are like core diehard like believers of Friday the
Yeah.
13th, and I just don't get it. And it's so weird because it's normally like for example, if you spill your tea on a normal day, you're just like, oh, that's really unfortunate. I spilled my tea.
Yeah.
But if you spill your tea on Friday the 13th, their reaction is literally, oh my God, like it's bad luck. I can't believe I've just spilled my tea. It's going to be an awful day. And then because you think it's an awful day, it doesn't matter how like silly the things are. Things that you
Mm.
would take on a normal day as just things
Yeah.
become like bad luck. And like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's no self-fulfilling prophecy. Got there in the end.
Well done.
Thank you.
No, it's weird though, but I think it's more hyped up because there's a lot of people that believe in it, but also like the media industry and stuff. Like how many movies, like horror movies, are there that like called Friday the 13th and stuff? Like it's like seen as like a spooky thing. Like to be honest, I don't believe in it, but I do know a little like few people that are like, yeah, okay, let's not go out. It's Friday the 13th. I'm like, really? You believe in that? But deep down, I'm a little bit like low key shook. Like, is something gonna happen today? Like, I don't fully believe in it, but I think it's one of those ones that you've heard it for so long that you kind of like half half believe it and half don't.
Yeah, I kind of get. I think it is just one of those things. Like if you genuinely believe it, it will happen. Which is
Yeah.
why I've always like I think I believed it when I was younger, to be fair, and I did avoid like doing stuff because of it. But I think as
Mm.
I've grown up, I've kind of just I had to like reiterate, being like, it's literally just my belief
Yeah.
that will make me see things in this way. But it's the same thing as like it's not just Friday the 13th. It's like just the number 13 itself. Like
Oh
if you
my
look
God,
on a lot
yeah.
of roads, like loads of house streets won't have houses that are number 13 because it's considered bad luck. Um,
I've never noticed that.
have you not? It's really
No.
rare to see house numbers of number 13. Like normally when they built streets, they skipped out number 13 because it was bad luck.
Hmm. I've seen a few 13s, but maybe those are new builds and just not paid attention.
Yeah, there are some
Hmm.
that exist, obviously.
Yeah,
But traditionally, most roads don't have it. I
that's
don't believe my
wild.
road has a number 13. Yeah, my road doesn't have a number 13. I'm not going to tell you which road I live in, obviously, guys, but yeah.
No, please spill, Shia.
In case there are any stalkers out there, don't think I have one, but why give it up for no reason?
You never know. You might have a secret admirer, but they just haven't reached out yet.
Maybe not. If you want, if I do have one, please don't reach out. We'll keep our relationships as within the distance that you've kindly kept to so far.
Yeah, exactly. You know it. But moving on from Shia's secret admirer that we're not really sure even exists at this point. Um, the next superstition, and I actually believe in this because I don't even know if I believe in it. I think it's actually come to a point where it's a reflex now, but it's the whole idea of touching wood. So whatever you said doesn't come true.
I do this. I'm exactly the same. I don't believe in it, but I'm also like it's not really a reflex for me. It's just more it does me no harm to do it, and I would
Yeah,
rather do it and
then not do it.
not. Yeah, exactly. Like
Mm.
it's such a habit as well. Like
Oh yeah.
especially when you say something, you're just like, oh my God, touch wood. I hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh my God, do you know what's even worse? When you haven't even got wood next to you and you're like trying to find the wood in your house, like, where is it? Let me
I
touch
touch
it.
my head.
Yeah, oh my God, I do that. I touch my head. My mom's like, your head's not wood. And I'm like, yeah, but it's hollow.
It's thick.
Literally. No, but that, yeah, that's a really, really, I think that's more widely believed than Friday 13th. Or they could be on par, to be fair.
I think it might be on par.
It's interesting though.
But there's like loads of other things. How widely believed do you think like black cats are? Because that's a big thing as
Uh,
well.
oh my God, I can't lie to you. When I see a black cat, you know what? It's not even about the superstition. I just think out of all the cats, I don't like cats in general, but out of all the cats, all the colors, black, when I see a black cat, they just look at you like in some evil way. Like there is a black cat on my road, yeah. Loki, I'm not even lying to you. I can get out the car, I'll be walking down the road, and there will be a cat. You know, all cats, when you walk up to them or when they're in the way, they will move. Black cats, they will sit and they will just stare at you. And you'll be having like some staring competition with a cat, yeah. And I'll be walking and I'll be still staring at them. I'm like, bro, like move. But I'm like, oh my God, like you're actually like kind of low key freaking me out. Like, can you just like just go? And then they just like they slowly get up. It's like they know that they're like, oh yeah, Dan know the humans are scared of me. And they like slowly perch up and they'll like slowly like walk with like some sass and they'll look at you like, yeah, you better be scared of me. I'm
Oh
like,
my God,
I'm
you're
actually
hilarious.
scared of you. Move.
Oh my God, this is actually hilarious. I did not realize you had this relationship with black cats at all. I
Yeah.
think that might just be the cat on your road, who freaks you out. I reckon there are probably some nice black cats out there in the world. Like, let's not
Oh
discriminate
yeah.
against black cats. I reckon you just have a bad experience with black cat. But in
Probably.
general, I'm not a fan of cats. I got scratched when I was very young,
Oh my God.
by a cat, and I was doing nothing. But I have since met some very lovely felines. One of my friends
Feline.
has a very, very beautiful cat actually.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't like cats, but kittens, they
Oh
are
my
so
God.
cute. Oh my God. I'm like, if you just stay like that, I will happily have one. But they don't. They grow up and sometimes they turn out to be a bit, I don't want to say evil because I feel like all the cat lovers listening to this will actually come for me.
Yeah.
So what's another word for evil? Over the top, maybe? I don't know.
They just
I
have a
just think,
personality.
yeah, we'll say that. They are very extrovert, we'll say. And yeah, I'm just not here for it. I'm just not. But
No.
kittens are cute, so we'll go with that. And black kittens are not bad. It's just a fully grown cat. If they're black, it's a pass. It's a no from me. I don't
Okay, what have we learned today, guys? Vidge is terrified and has been absolutely terrified of the cat that lives near her. Um,
basically. Yeah. So if you come to my house and you see me like panicking, it's because there's a black cat nearby,
I'm just
basically.
picturing you like sitting there staring outside the window, being like, "Mummy, the black cat's here."
No, I'm not that bad. Don't worry. I don't have to call the mum in.
No,
My mum would just laugh at me anyway. But
I can
she's savage.
imagine
She
what your
would just
mum
be
will
like,
say.
yeah, she'll be like, "What are you doing? Just get off me!" Like, wow, rude. But yeah. Moving on. The other one, I think they go hand in hand, is wishbones and horseshoes. Like that's seen as like a good luck. And you know what? We have a horseshoe at our front door.
Do you?
Yeah, inside we've got two doors and it's like a white double door, and then if you walk in it's like a little kind of porch area, and then we've got another brown door and that's when you walk into the house. So in that little porch area we've got a horseshoe hanging at the top of the door.
I've seen loads of houses actually have horseshoes. Actually, I might get one for my house. It's nice and
It's really
decorative.
cute. Yeah, it's cute. It's decorative. But my mum like really like believes, like she believes in is it feng shui?
I've
Is
heard
it?
of feng shui. I can't
Feng
actually
shui.
recall what
It's
it
like
is.
it's like where like your house needs to be in a certain layout so that good vibes and everything like flows naturally. Like
They
the
do.
air
Loads of
flows
people do have
naturally.
that belief, like your house has to face a certain way and your
Yeah,
bed has to be positioned in a certain
yeah,
way, and
that's it.
there is
That's it.
stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah. So my mum believes in that, and I think that's why she got the horseshoe as well, just to make sure like positivity flows throughout the house. I thought it was quite a nice thing.
I think that one's cute. That one's one I would do.
Yeah,
And I think that
exactly.
one's quite widely believed as well.
Yeah. I'm not sure
Um,
about wishbones though. I feel like that's very medieval,
I
maybe.
think it is, but I hear it a lot. Do you know when wishbones really comes into light for me? When you have like, I know there are like, what is it? I think it's for the turkey. Is it the turkey that has a wishbone? I don't eat turkey, by the way, guys. So I obviously don't know this. But I think the
Oh
at
wow.
like Christmas, you have like the wishbone, and like people snap the wishbone. Whoever has the bigger half wins
Oh,
or gets something from it.
possibly. That sounds familiar. Hmm, interesting. Well, what's next?
So here's one which is a little bit more different. It's one from Portugal, but it's considered bad luck if by walking backwards in Portugal, and it's essentially because the demons will know where you're going. Don't know where this
What?
originates from, but yeah, I also I found this on Google, by the way, guys. So from Portugal, let us know. I'd be really interested to know if this one's actually true. But I thought that was like so different.
Yeah, and I mean, like, why specifically walking backwards? Like, won't they know where you're going even if you're walking forwards?
Apparently not. I think it's just more trying to scare kids to not work backwards and walk into things. I can
Hmm,
see that being the case.
interesting. Okay. Well, yeah, that's definitely a different one. That's scary. See what I mean? It's always like the cultured brown kind of colored people that come up with these like scary stupid superstitions. Can I even speak today? It's weird. I don't know.
It
But
is.
anyway, moving on. So I know this is definitely an American thing, but basically the penny facing heads up is considered lucky.
Yeah, I've had quite a few friends actually who, if the penny's facing tails, they'll flip the penny over so that someone else who's walking by can get a lucky penny.
Oh,
I've started to
that's
do this as
cute.
well.
That's actually quite cute.
Yeah, it is. My friends are pretty cool,
But think about all the dirt that is on there that you just touched on the floor.
especially with COVID.
Yeah,
It's really
coronavirus.
worth it. It's
It's
really
not
worth it
worth
for
it.
that penny and that luck.
No, especially if that luck doesn't come to that person, then you've just essentially got coronavirus from doing that. I
And
don't
so
think
have
it's worth
they.
it. Oh dear. No, but I think that's they do that in even well, wow, this is gonna go to movies, but like, you know, in the movies when they're doing like, I don't know, like a soccer match and stuff like that, they always do the heads up thing at the start, right? And heads up is like considered like lucky and the first person gets to go, like the first team gets to go and they get to pick, right? If they're heads up. So
Oh, maybe
is that,
actually.
does it come from that? Maybe
I have no idea. Literally no
Americans
idea.
could be listening to this and being like, no, babes, you're just chatting rubbish.
Half of this could be. Um,
True.
right, the next one that I've got. This is a very common one that I've heard while growing up is that you should never give someone an empty wallet. So you should always put
Hmm.
like money into a wallet before giving it, so that their purses are forever filled with riches and goods, which I actually think is a really nice gesture. I always do this now as well, because I think
Yeah.
it's cute.
Yeah. But then does that account for gifts as well?
No, I've only specifically heard it for wallets and purses. I don't know about the rest. I could be doing things wrong all my life. Who knows?
No, not that. I mean, like in the sense of if you were gonna gift a it, would you have to have something in there then?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I
you've been doing
bought,
it wrong all this time. Go to buy me a
yeah,
purse for my birthday.
literally, because I bought Rajiban a wallet for his 25th, so 2 years ago. And it was engraved and all of that jazz. And I don't think anything was in it besides from the label of the wallet. Does that
The
count?
lack of money in his wallet then is because of you. Ask him how much money he has in his wallet. If it's nothing, it's because of you.
He never has cash.
There we are. It's because you never put any in the first place.
Oh my God. All right, I need to start doing that then. What are you doing to me? You're making me believe in more superstitions I already have. Oh
Sorry, babe.
God. But I think this is another Tamil one. But basically making sure you have a bath or shower after like going to a funeral and like maybe putting like turmeric and stuff. But I think that's more of a I think that is still believed now because even when I go to a funeral now, my mum and dad would be like, right, we're putting the hot water on, we're gonna all go into the shower, we need to all shower because we've been to a funeral. I don't know, and that's apparently to ward off the infections because you know the body is around and stuff. I think that
Yeah.
makes sense though. I think that's a good superstition to believe in. I think yeah, why not? Why not have
I
a
think it
shower?
makes sense, like back in the days, though. But like, if
Yeah.
someone passed away, like in Sri Lanka, and you went to like the family's home over here,
Oh yeah.
why are you coming home to have a shower?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense anymore. I think it's
That's
one of those
true.
ones that needs to be retired.
Retired. Yeah, I don't know. We all still maintain it. I think it's just because I don't know why, to be fair. I just think it's a cleanliness thing. They're just like, oh, you've hugged a lot of people, you've sat in different places and all that stuff.
I mean, it makes
Maybe,
sense during Corona now.
yeah, yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I might have to ask my mum, like, why do we do this? I know my mum and dad always say, well, you need to be clean, and I get that, but what's the actual reason behind it? Interesting. Okay, what's next?
Um, so do you not cook in the house after someone passes away, in line with the funeral theme that we have going on, apparently.
Very
But
morbid.
essentially, it is very morbid at the moment. We'll change this after a little bit, maybe. But essentially, this is actually a really nice one that or the meaning behind it is pretty nice actually. It's basically to encourage the family that is mourning to actually focus on healing and on themselves, and actually therefore puts it onus on families and extended families to basically take care of them. um
That's cute.
and putting it in the form of a superstition or something like that, it basically just kind of like pulls it together. But yeah, that is essentially what it's there for. It's to make people take care of people and allow people to heal better, which I think is incredible. I think that's a really nice thing to have.
I think that's nice. I think people do that. I didn't know it was a superstition. I think people just do that anyway because, I mean, realistically, if someone dies in your house, like a close family member, you're not going to be like, okay, so what's for dinner? Like, you're not going to just jump up and start cooking unless that's your way of healing and
I
like,
reckon that would be my way of healing. It'll be
well,
like
morning. Let's just
distraction
go
on
and make
all
some
points.
rolls. Let's go and make some food. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on the person. Like, if they find like cooking therapeutic for them, then essentially maybe they'll do that. But I've personally never seen that ever in my family,
I think
even with people that like
I
to
stay
cook.
in the denial phase, because you know there's that whole
Yeah,
dabda, you've got denial, acceptance. I stay in
mm,
denial for a while.
yeah. I think it's easy to be in denial, and then once they've gone for a bit, you're like, wow, okay, I think I'm gonna start accepting this now. It is hard, but no, that I think that's a really nice superstition. So that's my favorite one. Um, the next one is Toruku. What does that actually translate to?
It basically means it's like a set period of time that we call toruku in Tamil. I don't know what it's called in different languages. But it's essentially a period of time where you don't go out to like parties or functions and to stuff, and people kind of like give you space.
Oh, okay.
So you're not meant to go to like temples for X amount of time or go to parties for X amount of time as well. Differs by different things as well.
So is that a state of your well-being, or is that something because your stars have aligned to a certain situation and you're now in Toruku? Like, how does it
No,
work?
so it generally tends to happen if like someone passes away, then you don't go out to other people's houses. If a baby is born,
Oh,
then
yeah,
people
yeah,
can't
yeah,
come to your house, and that
yeah,
period of time is called toroku. And it's
yeah,
essentially back in the days, it was to give people an excuse to not have to
yeah.
go to places if they don't feel ready to. So
Mm,
if for example someone passed away and like even after like a few months you were just like I can't do it, it gave you the excuse to not go if you didn't want to. I think people nowadays kind of like don't see it in that way, and they are like, oh my god, they're going out after like a month or something and take it really
yeah,
badly because they don't understand the meaning behind it but in the back. But it's essentially meant to be a really another really good thing that we have just to kind of be like, here's my get out of jail free, or my not get out of jail free, but here's my
yeah,
card
Jeffrey
that
God.
yeah, it's
No, I
just
know
meant
what
to
you
be like,
mean.
oh no, I've got an excuse so I can't come.
Yeah.
So you don't need to think of an excuse not to come essentially.
No, that makes sense though. I didn't know it was called Todoka, but to be fair, like even when someone passes away in our family, like besides from the 31st, we don't actually do like big functions. Like we won't like whoever like so say for example, like when my uncle died, so that like the actual kids of my uncle didn't really like celebrate anything. So no like birthdays, no Christmas, no stuff like that. And to be honest, we didn't celebrate Christmas either. I don't know if that's just our family, but we don't celebrate all the big stuff if someone dies within the first year.
Yeah, no, most families are like that.
Okay. It's 1 year though, it's a long time.
1 year is a long time. You don't need to do it for a whole year.
No, I
Now
think
that you
that's if
guys
you're
know
doing
the
it for me.
meaning behind it, it's
Yeah,
basically take as long as you need, and even if that's more than a year, however long you
go for
need.
it. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Well, what's next?
Limiting doing things during periods. So there's
Oh
always a thing
God.
of you shouldn't do things when you're on your period, shouldn't go running or doing activities.
Mm.
And I think it's the dumbest thing in the world right now.
Yeah.
But this came about because back in the days, pre-pads, pre-painkillers, pre it was actually easy to do things with a
Mm.
period. It made sense that girls didn't do much during their times. But
Yeah.
we are now modernized girls. We have things that allow us to do things.
Yeah.
And I think it's the most ridiculous. I think the one that really annoys me to this day and age is that you're not allowed to go into temple when you're on your period. And it drives me
Oh
up the
yeah.
wall because I'm just
That's
like,
still believed in though. Like I'm literally not allowed. Even like even if I'm on my reds, my dad won't even put the noodle on me.
yeah, no, it's like why still widely believed. I absolutely hate it. I think my cousin actually asked the priest once why it was, and they couldn't give her an answer, and it was hilarious, first of all.
Well, I
Her mum
remember when
was
I
very annoyed.
yeah, I can imagine. But to be fair, it's because it's the whole thing that back then they didn't know what it was, and they thought like it was seen as something that was dirty and not clean. Because I remember when I went Sri Lanka, like when was it, 2016 or something, and it was my first time going to Nallur. Like even though I've been like maybe 4 times, like I've never been to Nallur Temple. And of course, Mother Nature had to arrive on the same day. So I was now like standing with a bunch of freshies who I was terrified for my life because everyone, including my whole family, decided to go and watch the Nalud festival and leave me behind. So I was watching it from afar and I was like, I have come from London to watch this festival, also for my cousin's wedding, but also to see this festival, and I can't go near it because I'm on my period. That's ridiculous. Like I am clean. I have a
Yeah,
shower every day, so it is not something that's not clean. Like I just don't get why the Ayats and stuff see it as like, oh no, you're dirty. Like
I
even
think
in
you hit
this
the
day
nail
and
on the head
age.
though. I think it is that back in the days when people didn't understand it, and didn't really get what it was for
Mm,
and all of that kind of stuff. It probably just became something, oh, bleeding, infected, whatever
yeah.
it was. Um, and maybe it's just been passed down over time and people just don't realize that it's no longer relevant.
Mm. It's irrelevant now, but people still believe in it, like hardcore, like literally.
Yeah. Do you reckon generations will carry it down?
I mean, probably because it's one of those things that it's not even like a question. It's like this is how it is. If you want to pray, you need to make sure you're not on your period. Like that is literally a thing. So I 100% think it's gonna be generations to come. But I
I've
just
been
think,
very tempted to just kind of go, screw it.
yeah, so am I. But
Like,
I
I
I
don't
also
think
feel a
I
bit
would.
bad.
I know exactly what you mean, but I genuinely do think that over time I would just go, screw it. My
I've
mum will
done
be
it
very disappointed to hear
once.
this.
I think I've done it once. I think either I was finishing or I just started. And I told my dad after when I got home, and he was fuming. He
Oh,
was
I
like,
bet.
how can you go to the temple and you've just like that's so unclean, you know it's against the religion. I was like, is it actually against Hinduism to actually do that?
No, it's not. It's really not.
But the thing is they believe in it so hard that they may see it as you're going
But we
against.
have an entire festival that's dedicated to around when uh Lakshmi, Amman, and Saraswati, three gods, by the way, guys. I'm just naming you three gods there. When they had their period, like we celebrate that point in time. So if
Yeah, I
they
don't.
get their period, do they get it every month? Should they be taken out the temple every month?
Ooh,
Doesn't seem to happen. I think this is what my cousin asked the the priest, which they were very unhappy about, and so was her mum.
I can
But
imagine
I
that.
thought it was really valid.
No, I think it is valid. And I think if we're celebrating that, then surely why can't we celebrate that as well whilst being on our heads?
I mean,
I don't know.
we do have a very big celebration the first time it happened,
Oh
which I would
God,
rather not
let's
celebrate,
not.
in all fairness.
Let's not. I think we should
It's
take that
awkward.
into another episode. All the embarrassing things that Tamil parents makes us do as in our childhood.
Oh God. Yep,
We'll be here for
yeah,
years.
that sounds like a really fun episode actually. But I think we've pretty much wrapped up all the superstitions. And I think we've gone through a good many. It's been such an interesting conversation actually. I loved researching this as well. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's been interesting to talk about as well because like as you're talking, you remember other ones, and it's also like it's just funny as well. Some of them are so ridiculous, and you're like, how is this still believed in? Like honestly, but just goes to show people will believe anything if you tell them. Like this has been believed for years and years. People will believe it and be like, okay, I'll believe in it now as well. But hey ho, if you guys have any other superstitions that we have missed out that you guys believe in or have heard or think they're stupid or whatever, just let us know. You can DM us on Openbook VS or you can email us with any suggestions as well or superstitions on openbookvs@gmail.com and make sure you hashtag openbookvs. A lot of things to remember there, but I'm going to be saying this every episode, so you should know by now if you're a regular as well. But no, thank you for listening, and we had a lot of fun with this episode. And yeah, let us know if there's any topics or any people that you would like to hear from as a guest in our podcast because we loved doing that as well. Um, and yeah, also DM us on our Instagram. So my one is VIJVLOGS, and sheesh, what's yours?
Mine is Shia Ventures, so that's SHIYAAVENTURES.
Brilliant. All right then. Well, I will speak to you and see everyone else in the next episode.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoy this, and if you did, share it with your friends. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks,
We're gonna go with
guys.
thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, guys.
See
Have a
ya.
good day. Bye.
Bye.